So the first section is the problem. Identify the problem. Now, the objective is to clearly define the core problem your business aims to solve. What is the specific pain points or challenges your potential customers face? And we need to keep it focused and avoid general statements. Now, I need to write. So let me move it away from full screen mode so I can write. This is a real workshop. Share. So I'm going to, okay, so I'm going to be editing this. I hope that's in order. So I'm going to be editing this. So in the chat room, some of you that are gurus in this also, please let's work out. Let's work together. Let's look at a small business owner, struggling to efficiently track. What can we use now? Struggling to we're trying to create a problem now. Maybe a small business owner struggling to efficiently track and manage employees' time, leading to payroll errors and wasted administrative hours. I think that sounds more like a problem statement. So what did I say now? Small business owners struggling to efficiently, I've forgotten what I said, efficiently track and manage employee time, and this leads to payroll errors and wasted time. Okay, so this sounds like a problem. So let's work on this problem. Let's say this is the problem the organization, that's the pain points you have discovered, and this is the solution. This is what you are going to build your business model around. Small business owners struggling to efficiently track and manage employees' time, and this leads to payroll errors and wasted time. So this is how you are actually going to write yours. You later transfer this to this lean canvas. So where the problem is now, you are going to write this. This I highlighted, I just wrote now. You put it inside where this problem, the space for this problem, you put it where it is. So number 2, why is the problem significant? That's why is it painful, and what are the consequences of this problem? How does it impact people's lives, works or well-being? What frustration does it cause? So let's copy this and bring it here. Let's copy this and bring it here. I hope you can still see my screen. Okay, great. So this is the problem. Now, why is this problem significant? Why is it painful? Please don't leave me alone on this. So we are solving this together, and I like you to use the chat box. If I let people on mute, we have so many of us on this call, more than 60 people on this call. So if I let you on mute, we won't be able to leave here at the time we want to leave. Okay. So why is this problem significant? This problem of small business owners struggling to efficiently track and manage employees' time, and this leading to payroll errors and wasted time. I think payroll errors will result in employees' dissatisfaction. That's one, and of course, potential legal issues. If you don't give them their due, you meet them in court. Wasted administrative hours, we also divert valuable time from core business activities, and it's going to hinder growth and profitability. So let's capture that. So if I'm the one, I'll say payroll errors results in employee dissatisfaction and potential legal issues. And then for wasted administrative hours, will divert valuable time from core business activities. And it's going to hinder profitability and growth. Hinder profitability and growth. And I think the owner of the business will also be stressed if this happens, working longer hours than they should. So the owner is stressed, and is working longer hours than they should. Okay, so this is why the problem is painful. This is why the problem is painful. So you need to capture it. If not, you won't. You're not going to. The business you are creating, the solutions you think you are creating, will not address any pain points. Because what actually makes them cough out resources from their pockets is the pain they want to solve. So if you can't capture it in a concise manner, you are not able to define the pain point. You're not going to get resources. You're not going to make money. You better go and do charity. Even the charity won't work, because a business is not a business until it's able to solve pain points. A business is not a business until it's able to solve pain points. Because of our time, we'll just leave this here. And then let me move to the next one. I hope how we are doing it. Let me stop sharing and ask. Maybe we should verbalize it, or we should write it. So please let me hear you. Are you sure we'll be able to capture so much typing, or we should just discuss it, and then later we share the video, and you can now fill with whatever it is we discuss here. You will now go and fill your workbook, because if we continue like this, I don't see us leaving this place in the next 30 minutes. Should we just discuss it and later we input it? Now, please make your contribution.
Let's discuss it.
Okay. We should discuss and later input. Okay, great. So we're able to cover a lot of grounds. Excellent. Okay, so let me share the screen so we're able to discuss and later input. Because going this route now, we just consume all our time. Okay, so where are we now? The next one. Problem validation. How have you validated that this problem exists? You know, I learned this while taking the course on UI UX. There was a course on UI UX I took, and you know, before you design mobile, I'm a product designer. That's one of the things I also do as a side gig. I design mobile applications, etc., etc. So that course that Google taught us, before you design mobile applications, I mean, carry out research to know to validate that the pain point you want to solve is actually a pain point. Don't just feel you will put buttons at the center and you feel because that's what you are comfortable with. That's where everybody will be comfortable with. So we need to validate that this problem we have written, this pain point actually exists. And how do you do this? You know, maybe through interviews, market research, observations. So if you are going to present this to me in my organization, you are going to write there what you did that validated that this problem exists. So here you could say you conducted a number of interviews, you know, with that target audience. Who are the target audience? The target customers, small business owners, where 80% reported, you know, significant time management challenges, you know, and then you analyzed. Another way could be that you analyzed online forums, you know, where business owners frequently discuss payroll frustration, and then you are able to come up with, you know, that's where you came up with these issues, and you are able to present it that yes, you have validated that this pain point is not something you conjured. They are actually real pain points because you have facts and figures to back this up. Industry relevance. How is this problem relevant to your industry and field? You know, if you are not, you don't offer any financial service, and you have been able to identify the problem around inflation, you won't be acting wise to want to solve that kind of a problem because you don't have the resources to do this. You don't have the expertise to do this. So the problem you have identified must be relevant to your field, your areas of strength. It has to align with the area your business will operate in. So if you are in the software space, for instance, let's say that's what you do. Yes, even though you are not an accountant, you don't offer auditing services, financial services, but because you are in the tech space, you can move into fintech, and you are still able to offer services to solve this pain point. So the industry relevance could come this way, that this problem directly impacts the HR technology and, you know, business management software industries, where efficient time tracking and payroll solutions are crucial. So you can see you have tied the pain point to the services your business, you know, offers. So that way you are not just identifying problems you are not able to solve. If you are not able to solve the problem, it's not going to convert. It won't turn to income generating opportunities for your organization. And then you ask again, how is this HR's problem? Everything is HR's problem, my dear. Everything is HR's problem. So having identified the problem, now we are validating that this problem is a problem and that we're able to solve it. We are still under the problems. And then the fifth, why do you believe your business can solve this problem? So here, you have to be able to explain the connection between the problems and your potential solutions without detailing the solution itself. You can say things like, as a fintech organization, you're identifying this problem, and what are you going to do? You can develop a user-friendly, automated time tracking and payroll software, Abi, that simplifies these processes for our business owners, reducing errors and saving time. Yes, that could be the solutions you are providing to this problem. So now you are done with the problem aspect of all of this. Again, who can help us? I want to see who has been listening. What problem have we identified now? Okay, Aborishade said it's not just a research, but an avenue to solve problems and add to knowledge. Yes, thank you very much. So, what problem are we dealing with now? Let me go back to that problem. Where did I write? Yes, small business owners are struggling to efficiently track and manage employees' time. They can't manage their time. They don't know people clocking in, people clocking out, when people, yes, time and attendance problem. God bless you. And the effect, the impact on organization is that, it's leading to payroll error and wasted time. So time and attendance are problem. So the solution, we want to create a software. What did we say we will? I think we said we will develop a user-friendly time tracking, that's automated time tracking and payroll software that helps simplify these processes for small business owners, and that will help reduce errors and save time. So the people that will, first of all, that will be the first set of people to adopt this. Now you have identified a major problem. You have weighed it that your organization can solve this problem. Congratulations. You have seen something, a problem, a pain point that will generate revenue for your organization. Congratulations. Now, you will move to the earlier, the existing alternatives. The existing alternatives. And when we are talking about, the purpose of this is to identify and understand the existing solutions or alternatives that your customers are currently using to address the problem you have identified. What companies or products offer solutions that are similar to what you plan to offer? I mean, these are the most obvious competition that you have. So for the problem we have identified, this time and attendance problem, what companies or products offer solutions that are similar to the HR tech solution that, the fintech, I think it's a HR tech solution, user-friendly, automated time tracking and payroll software that you plan to, I think that the QuickBooks, all of these accounting softwares, Abi, they are already, they are off-the-shelf solutions that are already available. So you are going to note them as your competition. These are the alternatives, T-sheets, Clockify, Deputy, all of these, time tracking and attendance software that, businesses are already using. So number two, indirect competitors. So if people don't have resources, the customers don't have resources to engage these solutions, these high-end solutions, what are the alternatives? What are the workaround alternatives, that your potential customers use to solve the problems? So for some of us that understand this model, please drop in the chat room so it can be, or you can unmute and just talk. I think we are free to unmute at this session, so it becomes more engaging. So what are the workaround alternatives if we are not doing technological solutions, we want to solve these problems. I think manual timesheets, Abby?
Manual timesheets, Excel.
Yes, spreadsheets. Yes, God bless you. You know, Excel. And then relying on employee self-reporting and memory. That's not as effective as it should be. But I mean, we are talking about workarounds now. You know, using generic project management tools, you know, with time tracking features. Example, some of these are still free. Abi, Trello, Asana, you know. So these are workarounds to all these high-end solutions that you may not, your organization may not be able to purchase. That's the organizations that have these problems, Neo. So the first existing alternative, the high-end solutions. The second ones, the workarounds or alternatives, you know. Then are there potential customers who are not currently using any solution to address this problem? Are there potential customers who are not even, they are not doing timesheets, they are not doing Excel, they are not, you know, they are not doing the high-end solutions? If so, why? This will help you to understand the size of the potential market and the challenges of creating a new market. So, an example. Who can give us an example? Yeah, POB. God bless you. Personnel onboard sheet. Yeah, thank you very much. Do you know some small businesses don't use any time tracking systems because they believe it's too expensive? They think it's too complicated to set up and use. They don't even realize the extent of their time management problem. And they have very few employees and few, they can manage it in their heads. There are people like that. They don't use any time tracking systems. And I know maybe your organization is in that category too. Some of us that work with small organizations. So that's what you will write here. The reason you are writing all this, you are looking at, you have identified problem. You have seen that you can solve the problem. There's no vacuum in space. The problem exists. Organizations that have this problem are already solving the problems through alternatives. So how are they solving the problems? So these are the various ways that they have been solving the problem. Either they are going with a technological solution, or they are using Excel, or you know, they're not even using any time tracking system, you know, because they believe it's too expensive. So they just manage it in their head. When people come in, they come in. When they go out, they go out. So be it. So that is also another category. Now, number 4, from the customer's point of view, what are the pros and cons of existing alternatives? What are the pros and cons? Manual timesheets. What are the pros and cons? The high-end QuickBooks. What are the pros and cons? I mean, I think manual timesheets are low cost, but very time consuming. Abi? And they are prone to errors.
Prone to errors.
Yes.
Real, as in real errors, human error, or should I say deliberate error? That is manipulation, fraud, that type of thing.
Yes. And then what about the high-end, you know, solutions like QuickBooks, you know?
After sales support might be a challenge.
Yes.
After sales support modification, if you need to tweak it maybe to suit some peculiarity in your system, that modification might be an issue. Also, the level of literacy of your workforce. If your workforce is not very computer literate,
if they're not tech driven, you know, tech savvy, that's it. So you are going to list all of these pros and cons, and that's what you will use to carve your value proposition, your unique value proposition. What your solution is offering that is not found, you know, in all of these solutions, both the high end and the low ends. So why all of this is important is because you are going to use all of these conversations, all of these things you have discovered to craft your value proposition and your unique value proposition. What's a unique value proposition? A unique value proposition is among all the value propositions you have listed, which one is peculiar to you that your competition, both direct and indirect, are not able to offer. So once you've understood the loopholes, the QuickBooks, they are expensive, the timesheets, they are, they are time consuming, prone to errors. You just list them. So you are criticizing this one for being too slow, you are criticizing this one for being too expensive, and then you come up with your own solution that is not prone to error and that is not expensive. Shall you see now? So that's how you will how you are going to break into the market. It must be better than what is already available in the market. So let's move. What might make customers hesitant to switch from their current way of doing things to your solution? So when you identify these barriers early, it can help you develop strategies to overcome them. So let's go ahead. Okay, lost man has due to errors. Thank you very much. Olabode is really helping us. So yeah, what are the solutions to this? What might make customers hesitant to switch from their current ways of doing things to your solution?
The price point.
Yes.
The cost of the solution. Another thing is conversion. So again, like we said, if your environment is not very high tech, just that headache of moving from a manual way to an automated way.
Learning curve,
causing concern. And then the things that go along with that concern, which is loss of time, because there'll be a loss of time until people can scale up. There might be loss of customer, so to speak, while people are still fumbling their way around the system, things of that nature. Another thing might be just people reluctant to change, because in chaos. So for example, if you have a manual system where people can clock in, can write that they came at 8 when they came at 9, people don't want now to be in a situation where they could be easily caught or audited.
Nobody wants change. Nobody wants to embrace change. Everybody wants to maintain status quo because they are profiting from the fraud.
The chaos. Yeah.
Yes.
From the chaos of the situation. So that's what I thought for now.
Yes, that's fantastic. So we are going to list all of this. What might make customers hesitant to switch from their current way of doing things to your solution. So if you're able to, itemize all this, then you're able to prepare your defense. Prepare your defense. So that's what your sales and marketing team will actually speak to. If not, all of these issues you are raising now, you will still meet it. Your sales team will meet it when they go sell the product.